Welcome to an engineering adventure with Lottie. This is a story about me, Paula, the engineer, having an adventure with Lottie, the doll. This story shall be read by Alice, age 12, and Clara, age 9.
Lottie came to stay with Paula. Paula is a civil engineer who is working from home. Paula showed Lottie her computer and her friends at the Women's Engineering Society, WES. Paula knew Lottie had been all over the world on her WES Lottie tour. Paula was keen to show Lottie where she lived in Stockton-on-Tees. Lottie and Paula stopped to feed the ducks at the local duck pond.
On one of their many walks, Lottie asked Paula about her job as a civil engineer. Paula explained she helps look after an important road near where she lives. Paula and her company repair the road. Lottie got excited when she saw some cones.
Lottie was excited to see a rainbow in the window. Paula explained that they are there to make people smile and show support for key workers. Lottie discovered that key workers were not only people in hospitals, but also many engineers and scientists.
Paula showed Lottie how to make bread, Paula's new lockdown hobby. Lottie realised that baking was a chemistry experiment. Paula agreed that it was, and that other exciting science experiments can be done at home. Lottie was very interested in Paula's work and was excited when she saw a bridge. Paula explained that this was not a bridge that her company looked after. Lottie discovered it was a footbridge and it was for people to walk over.
When Paula's new badge arrived, Lottie was very excited and insisted on wearing it. Both agreed that any girl or boy can be an engineer if they work hard.
On their rest days, Paula and Lottie played with the kittens. They all watched TV and sat in the garden together, but most of the time, Duke and Fuggles just slept.
Lottie got very excited when she saw a rainbow in the sink. Paula explained that it was not a rainbow, but it was caused by the sun shining through the window. Everyone agreed that the colours were just the same as a rainbow.
Paula took Lottie along one of her runs over a bridge and through an underpass. These are some of the engineering structures Paula looks after.
Paula and Lottie have found lots of things to do during lockdown. We hope you enjoyed reading all about it.
Now it's time for questions from Alice and Clara.
How long did it take you to write the book?
Oh, write the book. I had to think about it a lot first, and then actually writing it was only probably a few hours, but I did a lot of thinking about it because what happened was that Lottie normally goes all over the world and visits lots of engineers and scientists, and normally Lottie gets taken to work. And we'd say, oh, here we are at work, but obviously I'm not at work, I'm at home. So I thought, what can I do that's a bit more interesting than just sat in this room and saying I'm working on a computer? So it took quite a while to think about something exciting, and I probably thought about it over a few weeks and then wrote a few things down thinking, oh, this would be quite, something good to talk about. And then I took her on probably over a week. I did the photos and things. And then, but it only took me probably a couple of hours to actually put the words down on paper.
Did you base Lottie on anyone?
No, so Lottie is a doll that was supplied to me because I said I'd happily get involved in the Lottie West tour. And Lottie's are dolls that you can buy. And a friend of mine a few years ago had a really good idea that it would be good to take these dolls and take them into the workplace to show off all the different types of engineering. And so Lottie's a doll that's been all over the world with all all different WES members, and she's had lots of different adventures with lots of people, but it's the first time a book's been wrote about her.
What was your favourite part when you were writing the book and like through the process of writing it?
I think taking the photos and thinking of the activities to do as well, because there were some activities, so I wanted it to, that the idea was that it would keep people busy during lockdown, and obviously at the time it was in the first lockdown, and I thought, you know, for a couple of months, but as we know now we're in lockdown 3, it's happened lots and lots and lots, so hopefully loads of people have downloaded it from the WES website, and hopefully lots of different people have had nice conversations with people at home about the things that's in the book, and done lots of nice drawings, and maybe even looked up more things that Lottie's done with other people, and even other things about engineering. Who knows?
What do you do at work?
So when I'm talking about looking after the bridges, that's when I was highway structures manager. So highway is another word for road, and structures is a word that includes bridges and walls and things like that. Yeah, so I used to look after all of them, and I used to go out, and often at night when the traffic was quiet, and I would survey the bridges and the walls and things and make sure that they were in good condition, and if they weren't in good condition, we'd report it and get them fixed. So they were always safe for people to use, and it meant that people can keep travelling.
So do you work on stuff like the flyover?
Yeah, so the Tees flyover is one of the bridges that I used to look after. I used to look after 221 structures, and the flyovers actually split into 5 different structure numbers, because you might not know it when you're driving over it, but it's lots of different bridges joined together, and it's 2 kilometers long. That's 2,000 meters long. It's massive.
What was it, only like 100?
No, it's massive. So all the way you go up and you go around and over the river, over a railway, over other roads, and then down the other side. So it's a very, very long road and a very, very long bridge.
Are there lots of women that do the same job that you do?
Not very many at all, no. The sector, so the sort of type of area that I work in is called construction, and there's less than 1% of people that work in construction are female. Not very many at all. So that's 1 in 100.
Is that why you wrote the book, to inspire more women to do the job you do?
That is exactly why I wrote it, yeah. So the idea is that somebody that's at home, whether they're a boy or a girl, that they might get a bit of interest in becoming an engineer. But I do think that girls need a little bit more of encouragement, because often they think that they can't do that type of job, and they can, and it's really interesting, and it pays a lot of money as well.
That's good.
How long have you been? How long have you had the job?
So I've worked in this job for about 6 years, working for Sir Robert McAlpine, but in that time I've done lots of different types of jobs as well. I started off doing bridge inspection, then I ended up being the highway structures manager, and then I was supposed to go on to another job where I was going to manage this work on, you know, the Tees viaduct. I was going to manage some work on that, but it never started. So I now look after what we call social value, which is helping other people, really. So
what's your favourite like bridge that you do with it when you like work?
the favourite bridge, I quite like the flyover because it's so impressive. But there's another big bridge. Well, there's 2 other massive bridges that are really high and they really look quite good. But probably my favourite bridge that I don't look after is the Infinity Bridge at Stockton, because it looks really nice. It looks like, I think it looks a bit like a dinosaur, and it's really good. It's a really nice looking bridge. That's probably my favourite bridge.
Yeah.
What's your favourite bridge?
I like the Blue Bridge near my house, but it's really, really tiring when you have to walk up it.
The Transporter Bridge, or the
No, the
Newport
Blue Bridge at the end of my road.
Oh, the Blue Bridge at the end of your road. Oh, the one that's in the book.
Yeah, I also really like the transporter because it's near the borough ground and you can see it. I just think it's really cool.
What do you have to do to become an engineer?
Oh, it depends what it depends really, because well, I'll tell you what I've done. So when I left school, I got an apprenticeship at my local council, and the apprenticeship meant that I got qualifications at the same time as I got experience, and that was different types of work experience. And I went and visited all the different departments in the council, which was really cool. So I learned lots of stuff really quite quickly. And then I did different qualifications. I did something called a HNC, and then I did a degree. And then after I did my degree, I got something called professionally qualified, so I became a chartered engineer. But you don't have to do a degree to be an engineer. You could be an engineer with all sorts of qualifications. The qualifications I studied was civil engineering, but some people are engineers with A levels and things. Yeah.
Are there many women engineers?
Unfortunately, there isn't very many women engineers at all, which is one of the reasons why we've got Lottie's tour, to try and encourage more young girls to think about it. You can find more out about the Where's Lottie tour at the Where's Lottie tour website, and also there's 2 other books I've wrote, and in each of the books there's lots of different activities you can do. How about, you said you enjoyed the other 2 books, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How about telling me about the other 2 books and what you enjoyed about them, to try and get other people to read them?
I really enjoyed on Lottie in the Garden. I enjoyed how it was about where when you picked up all the potatoes and got the eggs off the chickens.
Cool. So if you want to find out more, check out the Where's Lottie tour website with my 3 books and lots of different adventures with other people. Also, I'm live on the 12th of May 2021 at 2:45, closing out STEMtastic21. So you can come along and ask me any questions you want. And if you go to the stemwsc.ac.uk/STEMtastic21, you can book. Thank you.